Hi friends, welcome back to this Homeschooling Naturopath. If you're new here, my name is Hannah and I am a homeschooling mom of 3 little girls who are now 10, 8, and 6, and I'm also a fully qualified naturopath living and working in New Zealand. On this channel I share content related to homeschooling, homemaking, motherhood, as well as some naturopathic info throughout some of my content here. Today's video, come along with the girls and I for a day in the life. Spring is in full gear here in the city that we live in the South Island of New Zealand. The days are getting longer, the sun is coming up earlier and staying up later, and it is just so nice to make the most of the sunshine coming off the back end of what was a pretty awful winter for us. I'm making the most of the sun while we can. The kids and I have been really busy in the garden the past couple of weeks, just getting the ground ready for planting, putting some plants into the ground, and just making the most of the sunshine while we have it. Homeschooling is also still in full swing. We won't finish off our homeschooling year until probably about mid-December. So we are still on our normal routine and still homeschooling strong, trying to get our curriculum finished before mid-December rolls around. And now we are starting our morning time. So we always watch World Watch News, first of all, which is what we're gonna start with. And then we're probably gonna go straight into our All Things Spooky, which is our unit study for the month of October. Obviously, it's our Halloween study. The girls each have their own little Halloween activity books here. And then yesterday we talked about what happened at Chernobyl, and the activity for Chernobyl was, where is it? Oh, it was these like biohazard blossoms, which we were all really excited to do, but then I realized we don't have a black light. So instead of doing that, I remembered I had this little crystal lab kit, which is glow in the dark. And so we're gonna put this together instead in place of this. And I've got Professor Noggin's Wonders of Science here for us to play this morning. We are still working our way through Story of the World Volume 2. I'm currently just using this as a read-aloud. We're not doing any of the activities, but I've got my activity book out just for the questions. So yeah, we're just gonna read the next chapter of this guy. And then these are our book club books for, this one was our book club book for the month of October. We have already finished it. Today is October 19th, and we've already finished this, so I've just got that out for reference. And we've already started on our next book club book. This is the book for the month of November. Love, love, love this book. I can't wait to go through it, and I can't wait for our book club to dive into it as well. This is a Kiwi author, and yeah, it's just a beautiful book.
So. North this time, after Hezbollah fighters launched rockets over the weekend.
It was requested to evacuate because we live very close to the border with Lebanon.
What were liquidators? Or what are liquidators?
Things that blew up.
Things that blew up? Okay, do you remember what the liquidators were from the video we watched yesterday?
The things that had the liquid inside?
No, they were the people, the men that were sent in to clean up afterwards, remember? And the research that they talked about in that video was that they were the ones exposed to the most radiation, and that their children and their children's children exhibited signs of radiation poisoning even still. So like obviously it affected those men so badly that it then affected. And do you remember what happened to the radiation like flowing up into the sky?
I made a cloud and it's a different
right. Yeah, and so that radiation cloud traveled like pretty much throughout all of Europe, and so then when it rained, the radiation rained down. And then all right, my love, so the activity for the Chernobyl nuclear nightmare was these blossoms, but as we already talked about, we don't have a black light. So I thought what we could do instead this morning is go ahead and do this glow-in-the-dark crystal lab, which it doesn't look like there's actually that many things to do, so I think we'll each just have to choose one, and then you watch it grow.
In different cups, so then we can each have our own crystals.
Well,
I think there's only one.
yeah, there's only one. So this science experiment was pretty fun. However, I can tell you that we put this crystal into its solution about 2 weeks ago now. You know, when I filmed this versus when I am recording this voiceover. And our crystal has not grown at all, you guys, which is pretty disappointing. And I was so diligent about reading every single instruction. I reread the instructions several times to make sure we had everything right. But yeah, something went wrong, and you know, it is what it is.
And also you.
And also me?
Yeah. But you forget to the very end, same as Daddy's.
Okay. Alright, you guys, the time is 10:25. As you just saw, we are sitting down for our individual subjects now. Alea is working on writing a story. She's got this beautiful little book here where she can draw the picture of what she wants to write about, and then she can write the story down below. And she is working on her picture right now. After she does her story, we are going to do a lesson from The Good and the Beautiful Math Level K. And I've also got her All About Reading word cards here that we're going to go over. And that will be Alea's independent subjects for today. I am working with Alea in the other room. Arabella is here. She is currently working on her language arts. This is the language arts from The Good and the Beautiful level 4. And I believe right now she's writing a story. Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Writing a story for, was it the writing workshop that was in here?
Yes, but I had the wrong computer to do it.
Oh, okay. You wrote your story on a different computer? Well, my computer's over there if you want to go grab it.
I'm writing a different story.
Okay, she's writing a different story now. So that's a really cool thing about The Good and the Beautiful's level 4 is language arts, is that there's the spelling and writing workshop, and the writing workshop that she's working on today. Oh, this was the start of it over here, and it kind of prompted her to look at this picture and write a story based on what this picture made her feel. And so that was pretty cool. So she's been where's the other stuff? Oh, here, bringing the story to life. So it gave her these steps to follow for the story. That's not part of it. Oh,
That's
here,
what
okay.
I'm doing today.
Right, this is what we're up to. Continuing with the story. So this is what she is working on now. And also, along with her language arts, she'll be doing a lesson from The Good and the Beautiful Math Level 3. Arabella is very independent at doing this now by herself. And then her readers here, which I think you were reading a chapter of this morning, were you?
2 chapters.
Oh, 2 chapters of that. Okay, cool. So that is what Arabella is up to while I am working with Alea at the table. And then Atlanta is supposed to be working on The Good and the Beautiful Math Level 2. She's also got this little book here that she is working through called Beginning Reading, and this is what she's up to today. She normally does 2 pages of that. I've also got her little writing book out for her to write me a story in. And then when I'm done working with my youngest, her and I will do her next lesson from All About Reading Level 2, and then we'll also go over the lesson together for her math. And so that is what she's up to today. O, yeah. E, yeah, I. Go, E, N. Yeah, good, that's an N, good. Going, G, another G. Awesome. Going, oh, hang on, over here.
See?
Yeah, oh, hang on, this one. T. Letter T. Now we're just moving on to Alea's word cards. I've just picked out 11 out of our box. We've got a lot that we're working on right now, so I just picked a few. And Alea has got, can you show them your special slapper? Alea has got our special word slapper.
You read the word and slap it.
Woo, okay.
Oh, no.
What's the word?
On?
On. Good, you're on to it. Finished with our word cards for All About Reading for today. And now, here we are. This is our lesson. We're on lesson 29. Oh, no, I don't know what that's doing here. It's, oh no, do you know what I did? I put it up here because we were going to do this lesson today. It was here, but then I moved it before. Okay, now let's see. Ways to make 5. Okay, it says look at your hand. So here we go. Do you want to look at your hand? Oh, wait, he's using the other hand, so we can use that one. So hang on, let me read it so I can move it this way a little bit. Okay, look at your hand. How many fingers do you have on this hand?
5.
5. You've got 5 fingers. Down 3 fingers. So let's put down 3 fingers. How many are left? Hang on, not with that one, just one hand.
2.
There's 2 left. Yeah, perfect. And then I put them all back up again.
There's the same one from the 4.
Yeah, then yes, correct. And so I'm adding 3, right? So I've had 2, and then I added 3 more back, and now I've got 5 again.
If 2 could go, that means it's going to be 3. If 2 go down.
Oh yeah, if 2 go down, good. Yeah, so I can put 2 down, and there's 3 left. Cool. So 4 plus 2 or 4 plus 1?
6.
It is 6. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, it's 6. Time is 11:11. Lucky time. Arabella and Alea have both finished their independent subjects, and they're actually moving on to bake cake. Arabella has taken the liberty to sort out a recipe on her own, and this is the cake that she has drawn up that she is using as her inspiration. Arabella really loves baking and cake decorating, so this is going to be her thing now that she's finished all of her independent work, and Alea is joining in. Good fun. So they are going to be doing that. I'm going to work with Atlanta now. But first I'm going to go through Arabella's The Good and the Beautiful work and mark anything, and then go over anything that she needs to correct or anything like that before she carries on with her baking. Finished product of cake batter that we're now going to pour into the pan. Actually, I'm not doing anything. I just want to clarify. I have actually been sitting here doing some admin work on my phone, and these guys have literally done this entire thing on their own. So, yeah.
This is probably my at least 100th cake on my.
The 100th cake. Okay, sure.
I'm also
Good.
doing it.
Yes, you're also joining in.
Ordered them to bring their children to church, and he even scolded them for treading grapes into wine with their dirty bare feet.
They just sip on it and make it, and they have like a juice machine.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I mean, the wine would ferment anyways and turn into alcohol.
It would be feet.
Yeah.
Feet stuff.
Yeah,
Like their feet could.
to make wine, you have to like squash the grapes. And in the olden, I mean, even probably still in a lot of places now, they just put all the grapes into a huge, big, like humongous container, and then people get inside the container and they just stomp on the grapes with their feet. And then all the juice squishes out.
Even today. What about
Yeah,
this?
probably in a lot
Wait,
of
what
places.
about this? That is disgusting. I am never drinking
can't-
wine
no,
in
no,
my
no.
life. They like put their hand on the ground and do like that.
Well,
And
it's
the
just
same
because
with
your feet,
fear.
your legs are a bit stronger than your arms, so. Okay.
I've seen that on the Odd Squad.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, do you ever make one of these things?
Well, yeah, we'll have to look. Are you hungry? Are you eating anything? Okay, but most of all, Charlemagne fought wars. He spent 30 It is that time of year for us to harvest our dandelions. All of my friends who don't own dogs are currently harvesting all of their dandelions and turning it into herbal medicine and tea. However, because of the dog, you never know where he's done his business. So instead of turning ours into plant medicine, we turn them into flower crowns. Lunchtime, we are just having a little chopped salad. I made some chicken nibbles, just plain chicken nibbles with barbecue sauce for some of the girls who don't want any other protein. And then I've just also got some hummus out, and then some little cans. I've got a little can of kidney beans here, and then a little can of chickpeas for Arabella. She likes them. And we're just having another little picnic lunch out on our deck because it's a nice day, and yeah. So we're doing 16 degrees, that is Celsius, which I don't think is actually very warm converted to Fahrenheit. Do you tell me, comment down below if you know because I'd have to go ask my Alexa. This is what we're doing over lunch. We've got Professor Noggin's History of the United States. I'm going to start reading our next Shakespeare story, which is A Midsummer Night's Dream, and The Adventures of King Arthur for lunch today. And that's what we got going on for lunch. We are currently in our 4th term of our homeschooling year. Like I said, our homeschooling year will finish pretty soon here. And in term 4, which has been the common theme over the past couple of years, is that we do not sign our kids up for any after-school sports during this time of year, just because with my husband's rugby schedule, he's got a lot of free time this time of year, and so we like to use that time to travel and, do whatever we want and not be held back by the girls' sports. So this particular afternoon, we don't have any sports on, and so we are just hanging out. My husband is actually coming home from a different city today, so we're really just hanging out and, getting some jobs done and waiting for him to get home. Bella's completed cake. She decided against the cauldron design because it was a little bit it was taking too long, and she was going to cover the whole thing with fondant, but again it was taking too long. So this is the final product.
It already took 5 hours. So.
5 hours. I have been a lover of yoga mixed with Pilates for many years now, and it is something I love and cherish, and for a long time I have always done it in the morning before the kids get up. However, I've recently moved my workout to the afternoon when we are finished with school. It's just working out a little bit better at the moment and allows me to sleep in a little bit longer. I had a lot more footage, but I decided against putting it all in this video. Alright, you guys, it is about 3 o'clock now. I've just had a bit of a protein shake and come in from my workout outside. Chaos broke loose amongst the children while I was trying to get that done, which often happens, but you make it work as you can. Right now I am sitting down to do some planning. I need to respond to some emails. I need to pay some bills. And I've only got a little time to squeeze it in before I have to get up. Excuse me? That's not a kind thing to say. I've only got a little bit of time that I can squeeze in a little bit of admin work here. It is quiet time in the house, but as you can hear, it's not very quiet. Yeah, and I need to get up pretty soon and get dinner going. My husband is due back any minute now, hopefully. So yeah, this is what I am doing now. I'm going to sit down and respond to some emails. Yay! Okay, time to make dinner, you guys. It is just after 4:30 now. I initially planned to do like a coconut curry type of situation on rice with some chicken I've got, but I obviously didn't meal plan very well this week because I don't have any rice. All I've got is quinoa, and the girls do eat quinoa when it's mixed with brown rice, but I don't know that they'll eat quinoa on its own. So I'm changing it up. I'm not doing the coconut curry, and instead I'm just gonna do like a sheet pan vegetable and chicken situation, and then serve that with some couscous. So that is what we are going to be doing instead. I love meal planning. I love all of the benefits that I have seen come from me taking the time to meal plan every week. It just makes, dinner time so much less stressful. I never have to think about what I'm going to make. I know that I have backed myself, and I know that everything is there when I need it, ready to be used. However, there are times when I make mistakes and I drop the ball, like today, for example, when, I go to make a curry and I don't have any rice. And, arguably, I could have still made a curry and not had rice with it, but, then it's just soup, right? However, meal planning definitely does, have some downsides. For example, I panicked on this day when I didn't have rice. I was like, oh no. And it's like a panic when, like, I forget that I know how to cook other things that aren't on my meal plan. Like, I forget that I can just you know, use the things that are in the cupboard and in the fridge and in the freezer. Yeah, it kind of takes away from me being able to like quickly think of a meal on the spot. Yeah, so I have to admit I was impressed with myself that I managed to get something made on this day because it would have been so easy to be like, oh, we don't have any rice, you know, off to Pita Pit we go. So yeah, meal planning has some huge advantages and benefits to it, which is why I love it so much. However, there are some downsides. For example, like this, when you make a little mistake and then, you know, you have to remember that you can actually think out of the box and you don't have to stick with a super strict meal plan. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing. Let me know down in the comments below if you understand what I mean.
Should we go the other way? Alright you guys, I am going to call that it for this video. We're gonna sit down and eat dinner now. The girls are currently playing airports in the background, so all those books, it's like that's the path to the airplane. So that's fun. But we're gonna sit down and eat dinner now. Dad's home and everyone's very excited about that. And then we might go for a family walk or something after dinner. We'll see how long it takes us to eat. And of course, we're gonna be having a piece of Arabella's cake over there afterwards. And yeah, that was our day. Thank you so much for coming along today. I hope you enjoyed and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.